Good morning. Saturday, July 2nd, 7:19 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States. So I'm going to turn on my machine here. And up. Can you see that? Here, let me lower this down for you. We've got a red light. Why do we have a red light? Because we're almost out of water. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it off. Some nice filtered water. Turn it back on. There we go, a nice white light now. All right. So, I haven't even thought much about what to do this morning, except that yesterday I tried something a little different, and you'll know this is different for me. I decided that I wanted to try getting off of those artificially sweetened syrups for a while. And I was using Sweet and Low. And then I thought, you know what? I don't use much sweetener anyway. Why don't I just try a tiny bit of sugar? 1/8 of a teaspoon of sugar. Okay? So what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make Venezia again because it was so yummy yesterday. And actually, you know what I did? Yesterday, after I made the Venezia, I went ahead and I dipped my spoon into some of this Hershey's Special Dark Cocoa, and I stirred it into the coffee. Oh, that little touch of chocolate was so good. Okay, well, I'm just so unprepared this morning. I'm going to need a cup. All right, here we go. We use my pessimist's mug, even though I'm not a pessimist. Okay, now, yesterday, when I tried frothing up that milk, it did not froth. And I tried it a second time, and it did not froth a second time. I'm going to try it one last time here. But you know, even if it doesn't froth up, so it'll be hot milk, which is just fine. I mean, it tasted great yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to put in about 3.5 ounces of milk here. I'm going to pop this back in the fridge. There we go. And I'm going to start the frother. Of course, I don't know if it's going to work this time either. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my sugar. Why do I even keep sugar if I don't use it? So I can make hummingbird nectar, because I've got 3 hummingbird feeders out there. Okay, so this is 1/8 of a teaspoon. There we go. 1/8 of a teaspoon. And so not very much. But because I don't usually use very much sweetener anyway, and because especially this is a coffee, these Italian coffees, that I really, really love. I love the flavor of them. I don't need much sweetener, so I'm just going to see if I use that tiny bit of sugar, will it give it just that touch of sweetness that would be nice. And good morning to you guys who are watching. I see Linda, Gary. I went to elementary school with Gary many a long year ago. I can't see all the other names, but hey, it's nice to see y'all. or just to see that there are people joining me. Okay, so let's see, did we get froth? Golly, I almost feel like I should take my stuff back to the store and say, hey, this milk is not frothing. What's up with that? All right, well, I don't think they're going to accept that as a valid reason for return and refund. All righty, I've got my capsule in, the water's heated up, and was that all I was going to do? I think so. Okay, so we'll run this espresso now. By the way, every few cups of coffee, like maybe once a week, twice a week, I should say, what I do with my machine is, after I'm done using it, I go ahead and I take a cup, maybe the cup I used, or my little creamer or something, and I just run plain old water through it, like a couple of times, like for if I was making a lungo, except there's no capsule in there, and that helps clear out, well, I'm getting forks here, there must be a spoon, there's a spoon, okay. That helps to clear out any coffee residue that's still in there, you know, so it doesn't dry on there, and you can get a nice fresh cup. So, okay, this says, can you see that? This cup is, oh, it's backwards to you, isn't it? This cup is now half empty. It's half full. I'll give it a good stir because I want to make sure the sugar stirs in. This is an extra fine sugar, and it works real well when I'm making hummingbird nectar because I can just put in warm water and it will dissolve in it. It doesn't have to be hot or boiling or anything. Just a little side note there. Okay. You know, I do have to admit, I would have liked this even without any sweetener. Golly, I should have tried it with a different coffee, right? Because I like this even plain, but this, oh, it's so nice. It's so good. You know, oh, it's so good. But I'm going to reproduce what I did yesterday after I turned off the video, okay? So I've got my Hershey's Cocoa here. And what I did is I wet the spoon and licked it. Now, if you live with more, you know, with other people, you can't do this. But I can do it because I live by myself. So I just got the amount of chocolate that stuck to the spoon. Okay. And I'm just gonna stir it in here. Now, when you do something like this, keep in mind that the chocolate is gonna have a tendency to just kind of collect on the bottom. So, also, when you wet the spoon, it's hard to get the chocolate to get off of it. That's okay, I don't mind stirring it around. And you know, honestly, even though I still have some on here, maybe I want to taste it and see, do I like it like this? I have a feeling I would like it with just about anything that didn't kill that beautiful flavor. So, okay, I'm gonna get all of this off of this spoon here. So today we're gonna have a little bit of a cold snap here. It's only supposed to go up to 89 degrees. It's a good bit cooler than what we've been experiencing most days. I think that might be because we're expecting thunderstorms. So the clouds will cover the sun and let the earth cool off. Okay, I've got it all stirred. It's not sinking down yet. So I can I can feel that the chocolate's in there, the texture is changed because of the little chocolate particles that are suspended in there. It's not sinking out. Oh wait, there's, looks like a little piece of chocolate down there. Oh, is it? Oh, I hope it's not a bug or something. You know, in the South here, in the summer, well, in the warm weather, we get a lot of gnats, you know, little bugs that are like gnats. And oh my goodness, I have to be careful not to leave my porch light on if I'm gonna be like coming in after it's dark, because the door is white. So, you know, little bugs are attracted to it if I leave the light on. And then when I open that door to come in or go out, they just, whew, they come right in, and I have to put up, let me show you this thing. See this? This is one of those newfangled things. Apparently that pattern on there attracts the bugs. And let's see. Like, see, there's that one dark spot there, but there's a lot of other ones on there. And somehow or another, that design on that thing attracts the bugs to it. There's no odor, there's no insecticide. It's just, you know, it's kind of like newfangled flypaper. And the bugs come over because they like it and they get stuck. Anyway, so I have to put that up, especially in the warm weather, you know, because if I open it, like I told you, you know, those bugs just, whoosh. The other night I came home and yeah, maybe it was just some chocolate that needed to dissolve and not a bug. You know, if it was a bug, it'd be floating on top, right? Anyhow, what kind of a discussion is this we're having? I'll tell you this last thing. The other night, I usually am not out at night, but I was coming home, it was dark, and there was a little tree frog on my door, a good place to be. I had left the outside light on, so all these little bugs were coming and, you know, making the frog a nice meal there. Kind of a smorgasbord. Anyhow, so I just tapped the frog so it would go off the door. I didn't want that in the house, too. I mean, for the frog's good health, you know, it would dry up and die in the house. Anyway, so I got the frog off the door, but there were, you know, little bugs on the door, and I just wasn't thinking about it. And I opened the door, and when I opened it, the little whoosh of wind, you know, from opening the door, just whooshed all the bugs inside. Plus, I had the light on inside, and my wall is white there, so the bugs just headed right for that white wall. So I did what a friend of mine showed me. Now, this doesn't necessarily kill bugs, but it repels bugs. See, I realize this is about coffee, but I'll just tell you this. This is half vinegar and half water. And I don't know about you, but in the South, very often up where, here, let me show you. See, like up where the ceiling and the wall meet in that little corner up there, you can get like little tiny spiders, teeny tiny, look like a little pencil dot, but you know that they're alive because they move. So if you spray all along those corners with the vinegar and water, they just kind of disappear, and they don't seem to come back. I think I did it 2 weeks ago, and I don't have any more. Well, anyway, so here's a lot of information for you in this video, besides my opinion about things. Truth be told, I liked it better before I added the chocolate to it, and I would have even liked it without the sugar. Maybe I'll try the sugar and something else another day. Well, look, I am just nattering on and on and on here. So, okay. Have a good weekend. This is a holiday weekend. Make good choices. Don't do something that you're going to end up regretting come Tuesday, okay? So if you want to have a good future, that starts with the choices that you make right now. Talk to you later.